All right, let's wrap up this summer shit. I'm ready for fall. The temperatures are cooling down, thank God. And by cooling down, I mean like lower 80s, which normally is too warm for me, but I'll take it. Okay, so admittedly, this is not a fall drink, but it is one of my favorites. This is the Lamarca Sparkling Rosé. It is so refreshing. Definitely run, do not walk, because this is, I don't care what time of year it is. This is just delightful. And let's be honest, I'm probably gonna be sweating any time of year, so always appropriate. I'm just feeling really inspired today to do a soft glam fall makeup look. I'm gonna summon fall today, okay? We're gonna do it together. This has truly been one of the most abysmal, oppressive summers in New York City I have ever experienced in almost 17 years. That is really saying a lot, okay? So I am ready. Bring on the leaves, bring on the cool temps, bring on the scarves, bring on the sweaters, bring on the candles. I've got my sweater weather candle going. I am in the fall spirit. So I'm really excited to do this look because I've also been watching some James Bond films, like going back and watching those films from the 60s and 70s with Roger Moore and Sean Connery and all of that. And what, of course, I'm paying attention to is the women in the stories and everything about them, their makeup, what they're wearing. And I'm so like just in love with that just soft glam, sexy, smoky situation. So that's gonna be kind of like my inspiration today. Of course, as always, I am going to be using a full face of Vocally Pro-Choice makeup, and I have a great lineup for you guys. I've got Tower 28, I've got Fenty, I've got e.l.f., I've got Patrick Ta, I've got Say, I've got Benefit, I've got, what more do you want? Rare Beauty. There's quite a bit of Rare Beauty in here too. You guys know I love like just a sensible, natural, frankly, boring ass makeup look, okay? Like that's kind of my vibe, but today I'm gonna try to like break through that a little bit. We're gonna get a little bit more glam. I'm not doing false lashes. You can't make me. I'm gonna try to pull a Risa Does makeup, if you will. Well, I think I set the bar a little bit too high there. I'm first going in with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I have an unpopular opinion I have to share with you. I know so many people just can't get enough of Sean Connery as James Bond, and they think he was the best one, and no one can do it justice but Sean Connery, and I'm here to tell you I disagree. Yep, I know, I just shook you, but I disagree. I find him off-putting. I find him arrogant in a way that I don't like, and I actually prefer Roger Moore to Sean Connery. So I'm using a lot of products in combination together that I've never used before. So I'm very excited. And I am gonna go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter as just a little bit of a primer on my high points. So I am using the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter in the lightest shade. We love her. She's perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to use two foundations in combination with each other. I'm going to use the Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation, and I'm going to mix that with the Tower 28. Reason being, this by itself is just a little too full coverage for me. It's too much. But if I mix it with something else, it's like perfect. And everything I use here today, everything I talk about is going to be linked down below in the description box for your shopping ease. So I am in the shade 170 of the Pro Filter. Just gonna do one pump of that and then a generous pump of the Tower 28. And I'm gonna blend this out with my e.l.f. Angled Sponge. Especially with something a little bit more like medium to full coverage like I'm using today, I really do like to go in with a sponge like this because it makes it look as natural as possible. It really does give you a more airbrushed finish. And this sponge is magical because the sides are so broad that I feel like I can just get it done in the blink of an eye and it looks fabulous. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, if you want to watch something that didn't age well, you need to go back and watch those Bond films because whoo-wee, like you know it's gonna be not great, right? You're like, okay, I'm prepared, I'm ready, and then you hear some of the things, some of the lines that come out of the actor's mouth and you're like, wow, Mom, that is so bad. Oh, did I mention that this was gonna be chatty? This is gonna be chatty. That's kind of the reason I couldn't get into Mad Men, and I know, you know, everyone lost their minds about Mad Men, and I'm sure it's a fantastic show. I've seen episodes of it. And that's actually the reason why I decided I couldn't watch it, because when I watched it, I was so angry. I was just pissed off at all the characters. I couldn't make it through an episode. So with that being said, you can imagine what it's like watching James Bond. My favorite James Bond, you ask, is Daniel Craig. Okay, so I really love that application. I think it looks really, really nice, and I love how it went on with adding the Tower 28, and this is exactly what I wanted, sort of a Goldilocks situation. I just can't be stopped. I have to mix product today, I guess. I'm combining the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer and the Oma Concealer. The e.l.f. is just like a little bit too light for me right now, so the mixture of the two is kind of perfect. And I'm just going to take my Rare Beauty concealer brush and pat that in. Oh, I forgot how good this brush is, damn. So now I'm just gonna kind of give all that base makeup a second, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. I am using the e.l.f. brow products. So I'm using the e.l.f. Brow Lift, which I can already tell you is phenomenal. It is an actual dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, no joke, because I owned that and they're the same. And then I'm gonna be using the brow pomade in the shade Medium Brown. So first you just take a spoolie and go in with the Brow Lift. If you like a soap brow look, you're gonna love this. So you wanna just use this, and then you want to let it dry completely, and then you can go over it with another brow product if you like. Okay, so while that brow lift is drying, I'm gonna actually go ahead and do my cream bronzer. So I'm gonna be using the Rare Beauty Warm Wishes cream bronzers in 2 shades, once again, Power Boost and Soul. So you'll notice when I use a sponge, I'm using a patting motion. You don't want to like rub or anything like that, because you want the product to stay where you placed it. So I'm very deliberately just patting it into the skin. And look at how natural that's already looking. Also, I kind of love this this effect I have going on over my brows. Okay, so the brow lift is dried. I'm gonna go in with the brow pomade, and I'm using my Spectrum and Katie Jane Hughes brush. It is the brush 23, so it has a spoolie on one end and then this nifty little brush on the other end where you can use it to do liner or your brows. And I'm just kind of mimicking my brow hairs here. Okay, so I'm gonna let that set for a second, and then I'm gonna go in with the spoolie and just make sure it looks nice and natural in a second. This is my Evil Arched eyebrow. It arches by itself naturally, and I look insane, so let's just calm that down. I really went into the brows, but we're trusting the process. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Say Air Set powder, and the reason I'm choosing this is because this is the lightest, most natural powder I own, and because we're doing like a soft glam, a more full beat than I normally do, I don't want to get too cakey. I don't want to risk that. So I'm going to take my Rare Beauty powder brush, and I'm just going to dip it into the Air Set. And I know this brush doesn't look clean or whatever, but it is, okay? Okay, so we're gonna double blush, of course. And I haven't used this Patrick Ta palette since I got it, which is a damn shame. This is the Major Headlines blush palette, and I'm gonna be using the shades She's Baked. And Patrick Ta's method is a little bit different with his blushes. He recommends that you actually go in with the powder first, and then you top it with the cream. So we're gonna go in with the powder first, and I'm just gonna use the brush that I used to apply my face powder. And the reason I'm using this brush again for this is because this, you know, this blush is very pigmented, obviously. So if I use a brush that's not quite as dense, it's gonna go on lighter. So that's enough blush for now. We're gonna come back around to it. Now I'm going to do eyes, and I'm gonna pull out Patrick Ta again. This is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 palette. You guys, I cannot get over the gorgeousness of this formula. So I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade just to match the tone of my eyelid. Oh, wow, wow, that's more pigmented than I recall. Okay, well that's just like a peaches and cream delight right there. I'm debating on whether I should just leave it, but no, we're doing more. We're going bigger, we're going home, damn it. So I'm gonna go into the shade right next to it and just add a little bit of depth. Have you guys watched anything that Nathan Fielder has done? Because I need to talk about this. If you don't know who I'm talking about, you need to Google it. You need to run, do not walk on this situation, because if you're a person who likes dry humor and something that's a little bit absurd, that's going to literally blow your mind, you're probably gonna love his shows. So Nathan Fielder is a comedian. He's Canadian. He's probably one of the driest comedians I've ever seen. That's definitely his shtick. His shows are really hard to describe, so I'm gonna do my best, but just know that it's probably not gonna do it justice, and you're gonna have to watch it on your own to fully understand. Now I'm gonna take a big fluffy eye brush, and I'm just gonna go in and just blend the hell out of all of that. So basically he has two shows. He has Nathan For You. Both of them can be found on HBO. I believe Nathan For You can also be found on Hulu. But anyway, Nathan For You was his first show around a decade ago, and now he's come out with The Rehearsal on HBO. I've never seen anything like it. So basically it is a reality, these are reality TV shows, but it's a commentary on what lengths people will go to in order to just get on TV. And he's playing himself, but it's definitely like a more magnified version of himself, I would say. So in The Rehearsal, for instance, the premise is basically that he is trying to help people, and everyone is fully aware that this is going to be on TV. He basically helps people rehearse for the biggest events in their life. So he basically creates a replica of everything in your life that's important to this situation. So a replica of someone's house. He hires actors to play their friends so that this person can rehearse the scenario over and over again with all these different factors and all these different outcomes so that they'll be overly prepared. It is truly insane. The lengths he goes to help these people rehearse these situations it's like nothing I've ever seen before. It's bananas. So I'm gonna go in with a shimmer shade, but I kind of want to tamp down some of the peachiness that's going on. So I'm gonna go in with this gold shade. I don't want to pick anything that's too like orangey, I guess is what I'm saying. Ooh, Goldfinger. I'm just going to, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna take it on up to the brow bone. You know I was gonna do it. So gorgeous. Please go watch either Nathan For You or The Rehearsal and tell me what you think. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not for everyone. You have to be prepared that is gonna be probably one of the most insane, weirdest things you've ever seen. You gotta prep yourself. Okay, I'm down to the very bottom of this. This is my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. And for liner, I'm going to use one of these shadows, and I'm gonna wet my brush. I'm gonna go in with the deepest chocolatey brown, and I'm just going to tap that right into my lash line. Okay, I forgot how effective that technique is. It's really because I'm a lazy biatch and I just like to grab a pencil and do my liner and be done. But this really does give an even better effect, just like a really beautiful soft effect. I just have to grab a brush. Okay, Cate, just get off your ass. And the other thing I like about this is this left eye right here is like my tired eye. This is the side I sleep on more. So sometimes I struggle with liner. Sometimes it like skips more on this eye. It's just not cute, you know what I mean? So this completely takes care of that. I don't even have to worry. It just goes on so flawlessly. So the eyeshadow is done. Now for my favorite parts, the mascara, the blush, the highlighter, the lips. I'm excited. Can we just talk about how this kind of matches my look? I mean, I didn't plan it, but like it does. Okay, so I'm gonna be using the Fenty Full Frontal Mascara, and then I'm gonna comb through it with my Benefit Roller Lash. I did curl my lashes, of course. I never forget to do that because no matter what anyone says, for me, it always makes a huge difference. Now I'm going to comb through that with the roller lash. Do I have to do this? No, I don't, but I just always find that this is the weight of my best lashes. The roller lash never does me wrong, and it always defines every single lash. While I'm here, really over focusing in a huge way on my lashes, I'm gonna tell you about my favorite scents of Bath & Body Works candles for fall. Sweater weather, cozy cashmere, cranberry woods. But really, cozy cashmere and sweater weather in combination with each other are just like a dynamic duo. Aromatherapy is real, okay? Because just by lighting those candles, it can literally turn my day around. Guys, why are there no mascarons around anymore? What happened? Why is there no one around to insult my mascara application? Interesting that happened when I got rid of all the Trump supporters on my channel. I'm really happy with the liner situation and the mascara. That is exactly the full glam I was going for. I'm gonna take this e.l.f. Kabuki brush and just lightly dust my face to make sure like any fallout gets taken care of. This is a great brush to just have around to kind of clean things up. So now we're gonna move on to lips, and I'm gonna use a liner today. I'm using the Rare Beauty Kind Words Matte Lip Liner in the shade Talented. Guys, these lip liners are so incredibly comfortable and smooth. I love them. And I am going to overline my lips. This used to really freak me out to overline my lips. I don't know, I just always worried that it wouldn't look natural or whatever, but lately I've really taken to it, especially for like a full glam situation. And I love keeping the liner lines soft. Just don't want a crisp line because it gives more of the effect that, you know, there's no sort of end to your lips, if that makes sense. Now I'm gonna take the Rare Beauty Kind Words lipstick in the shade Worthy. That is beautiful. See, I was gonna put a gloss on, but now I'm conflicted because I just feel like that looks so beautiful on its own. I don't know, we'll see. Is that not just like the most flattering, perfect nude matte lip? And it's so comfortable. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go in with a gloss, all right? It's a full glam look. You know I love gloss. You know I had to do it. I'm going to take the Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Hot Chocolate Fantasy. What? Yes, I feel good about this decision. So I'm gonna go back in with that Patrick Ta shade called She's Baked, and I'm going in with the cream on top of the powder. I'm actually going to use my fingers for this because I think it gives me just a little bit more control. Oh my God, that is absolutely stunning. And see, this is one of those shades that you look at that palette and if you have pale skin, you're probably like, I can't wear that. That's not gonna be for me. Well, I think you're wrong. I actually haven't met a blush so far, not one that I can think of anyway, where I've been like, I absolutely cannot wear that. That shade doesn't work, it's too much. And I really love this blush shade because it has a little bit of like a pinky redness to it, which was really the only thing that I think was missing in this look. So this really brought it together for me. And last, but certainly not least, I'm gonna go in with a cream highlighter that I haven't used in a while. I was actually watching Amanda Z's video on her favorite cream, like balmy highlights, and she featured this. This is the Merit highlighting balm in the shade Kava, and I was like, why am I not using that? It was stunning on her. Angry. What is even happening? Okay, well, thank you, Amanda Z, because my God, that is absolute perfection. She had said she actually feels like this is a better version of the Glossier Halo Scope, and I love the Glossier Halo Scope, but I will say that this is a little bit less stiff and a little bit balmier and easier to work with. It just has a more easy glossy application. Okay guys, so this is the finished look, my finished fall-inspired, sexy, soft glam look. I guess I could also say that it's Bond girl inspired, James Bond. But this really does match though. Guys, I love how this look turned out. I love every single damn product that I use on my face. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This was a really fun, chatty, get ready with me situation. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe if you have not done so. I'm definitely going to be doing some more live streams, definitely more live streams than I've been doing recently that I'm going to mix into my proper videos as well. So if you're a person who loves live streams, come on over. And if you're not, that's okay too. You have these videos. You guys are the best. Please stay safe out there and cheers till next time. Bye.